Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome once again, as always, to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me today for day 35 of the UK lockdown, where currently I'm out and about, first thing in the morning, taking my daily exercise, as always, to avoid the crowds, and bringing you guys along for the ride. Now today, folks, on day 35, it's a little bit chillier than it has been on the previous 5 weeks of this lockdown. As such, I'm wearing a jacket this morning, and I've even had to dig out my new hot pot hat that Mrs H purchased for me only a few days ago, and I had thrown at the back of a drawer, not expecting to be using it until the autumn months. But Mrs H must have had a sixth sense, and she picked this up a couple of days ago in readiness for the cold weather. So I'm giving it a bit of a road test today, and I'm going to see how it fares at keeping my old bald bonds warm on this particular vlog. And if it lasts as long as the other one did, then she'll have got her money's worth. Anyway, folks, today I've got little Lucy with me, as you can see. I'll just whip the camera around and show you her. There she is, just taking it in, like we all are. And I'm going to start today's vlog off on a little bit of a sad note, really. And a little bit of a sombre note. Last night, folks, unfortunately, we had a little bit of this in the old comments section. First of all, I had someone come on and they was trying to blatantly promote their own YouTube channel and their own agenda. And whilst I don't mind giving somebody a leg up, I'm not averse to that, it's only common courtesy for them to ask first. So needless to say, they didn't last very long. They was obviously trying to do a little bit of the old clout chasing, as it's known in the music industry. And for anybody who's not familiar with that term, that's basically where someone will try and attach themselves to somebody else who is a little bit more successful or popular than they are, and try and sort of feed and get that bit of popularity flowing their way. So as I said, needless to say, they didn't last very long. I do understand that from time to time people may need to reference material to make the point, you know, so they'll point to another YouTube video, or they'll point to maybe even their own YouTube video or their own website. And I don't mind that. You can usually tell from the tone of the comment what they're doing. But if it's just blatantly, come and view my channel, nah, you're not going to last very long. You know, you're going to be binned. Just as people who come on, as they did last night, trying to leave and post crap, basically. They're posting threads and questions that are designed to either draw myself as the channel owner or the commentators in and get them involved in an endless debate about nothing. It's a classic troll trick, and it's one I have come up against before in the old Letters from TV licensing videos. Now, I do thank people who went to bat for Mr H and take one individual to task. Gary Canning, you're one of them. Granville Bennett, you're another. And House Tube for Life, I think your title is. You're another who tried to take one particular individual to task. Now, whilst I appreciate you going to bat for me, as you'll notice, I don't answer them. I just ignore them. And that's the best way to deal with trolls. It's an old saying, but please do not feed the trolls. So in future, if anybody comes on like that again, don't bother with them, and I'll deal with them over time. Because I give trolls 2 strikes and then they're out. Unless, of course, they come in with an initial abusive post and then they're out straight away. But I always give them a second chance, just in case I've sort of read the comment a little bit wrong. You know, I've got up out of bed the wrong way, whatever it be. But if they start clearly posting rubbish and abusive stuff, then they're down the road. It's as simple as that. So I'll deal with that, although I do appreciate one or two of you defending Mr H's honour. Anyway, folks, on to some more positive stuff. As you all know, Boris Johnson is back at work this morning, and I do think that we're going to get a big announcement about the future of this lockdown being announced probably Wednesday. They'll probably ease him in, seeing as he's been fighting COVID-19, and let him get the feel for his office and his chair again. But I do think that by midweek we will have a big announcement, one way or another, whether it'll be that the lockdown period is going to be extended or whether it's going to be slowly wound down from a certain date. Now, based off that announcement, that will affect how I'm going to move forward regarding this particular series of videos. Because I made a decision last night which has nothing to do with what happened regarding the spam and the trolling comments. But I have made a decision that if there is a second extension, I am not going to move forward with these vlogs into it. So if it does turn out that the extension period is being extended again, then what I will do is I will still make videos, but there will be the odd video and there will be standalone videos where I will basically be in my own locality, going filming a little curiosity such as that cross base that I showed you the other day, and things like that I can travel to on foot. Mrs H may accompany me, and maybe she'll get behind the old camera, you know, and do the camera work for me. Who knows? That's where I'll go with that. If obviously lockdown restrictions are totally lifted and we've got freedom of movement back, then I will pick up exactly where I left off. And the first video will be go and feature one of Fred Dibner's jobs that he did almost 30 years ago now. I intended doing that, as I've told you in a previous vlog, and I was a little bit lazy. I didn't get round to it, and the lockdown period come and kiboshed all that. So that's where I'm going to be going moving forward. So if it does turn out that the announcement's made on Wednesday and it is more lockdown, then that will be the last of these particular vlogs. I have enjoyed making these, but I will be honest with you, as I've stated many times, I'm not a vlogger by nature, and I do much prefer going around looking at little curios, because for me, making videos is an hobby. I'm not trying to make money out of it. You know, one thing you'll not see on my video is please donate and things like that. I don't do Patreon or anything like that. I just enjoy doing this as a hobby. And part of that hobby for me is the research that goes into the things that I feature. You know, you go around and you read up on things and you find interesting. You learn things by doing that. So that is part of the hobby that I'm missing. You know, although going on and having a look at the news is sort of a bit of research, it's not exactly the same. So, like I said, I have made that decision. I know many of you out there have wondered when I will call time on this, but I always said that when it got to a stage where I felt I had nothing further to add on the lockdown debate, and let's be honest, if there is another 3-week extension, what more can we say? We all want it to end. Last night's comments proved that, didn't they? When people said that they won't really miss anything about the lockdown. They only said the things that they're missing because of the lockdown, if that makes any sense. I mean, one thing many of you brought up, we have been given the gift of time, haven't we, with this? And it's just a pity that we've not been able to do anything with it, really. Other than spend it with our family and things like that, our immediate family that live in our own household. But other than that, it's not really been a good time, has it, the lockdown period? And I think many of us will agree with me when I say I'll be glad to see the back of it. Anyway, folks, we're slowly moving up to that old 10-minute mark, and I think I'm going to keep it short today. I think it's going to be a really short one because, as I say, I don't feel I've got anything further to add on that. I don't know how you guys feel about me wrapping these vlogs up. I know many of you said it's become part of your daily routine, but moving forward, I think it's time to move on, and you do have to have an exit strategy. There is no point flogging a dead horse and just trying to pump out the same thing time and time again. Eventually people will get bored of it. And although the view count and that has maintained it steady, I think it's time to quit on an high. So that's my exit strategy, folks. I'll wait to see if Boris Johnson on Wednesday or thereabouts announces his exit strategy. So, folks, I'm going to leave it here on 9 minutes, I think, and I'm going to make my way up this footpath here. And what has slowly become quite a warm day. I may have to take this hat off after all that. So, folks, until tomorrow, when it'll be day 36 of the UK lockdown, and we'll see if an announcement is made, I'll bid you a fond farewell. Stay safe as always, and bye-bye for now.